Well, my dear little dreamers, gather close. Tonight, Grandpa will tell you the tale of two friends who were as different as day and night, a tiny ant and a giant elephant. What could such an unlikely pair possibly teach us? Let's find out. Once upon a time, in a lush green jungle, lived a tiny ant named Nini. She was small, quick, and always busy, carrying food back to her colony. Nearby, in the same forest, lived a mighty elephant named Goro. He was strong, gentle, and loved splashing. In the river dot at first, Goro barely noticed Nini. Such a tiny creature, he thought. How could she matter in this big forest? But one hot afternoon, when Goro was walking by the river bank, he slipped in the mud and got stuck. The more he tried to move, the deeper his legs sank. He trumpeted for help, but none of the other animals were strong enough to pull him out. Nini, the ant, heard his cries. "I may be small, but I must try," she said bravely. She scurried back to her colony and called all the ants. Soon, hundreds of tiny ants marched together. They didn't have strength to pull Goro, but they had an idea. They began digging around his legs, loosening the heavy mud bit by bit. Hour by hour, the ants worked tirelessly. Finally, with a loud heave, Goro managed to pull his legs free. He was saved. Goro looked at Nini in amazement. "You are so small, yet you saved my life." I was foolish to think size is what makes someone important. From that day, Goro and Nini became the best of friends. The giant elephant protected the ants from danger, and the ants always helped Goro with their clever teamwork. The jungle animals often whispered, "If an ant and an elephant can be friends, then anyone can." Moral lesson is, my little ones, remember this. No one is too small to make a big difference. True strength lies in courage, teamwork, and kindness. Well, my dear children, wasn't that a story worth keeping close to your heart? A tiny ant and a mighty elephant, teaching us that every creature matters. Now close your eyes, dream of rivers and jungles, and let Grandpa's stories carry you to sleep. Good night, my little dreamers, until tomorrow.